So this next section is the details of transaction. Now you're really not going to do much here other than if the seller's paying closing costs, I don't ever put closing costs paid by seller and check this box. Don't ever do that. You can, don't. Okay? Always hit the drop down, hit seller credits. Okay? If they have earnest money, cash deposit on sales contract. Again, earnest money is sales deposit on sales contract. If I'm doing a lender credit, always go here. Now when I'm taking application, I always go low on lender credit, and then I'll give them an email or something that says how much I'll lender credit. Because what I don't want to do is anything I put here for lender credit, I am liable for. And if I lender credit too much, I still have to pay that. Okay? So be careful of that. Details of transaction. Here on the left hand side are all the costs. This is going to be your purchase price, your prepaid items, your estimated closing costs, your PMI upfront funding fee. So if you're doing a USTA, FHA, or VA loan, you better see a number here. I don't ever do discounts, that right there. So what they do here is they add up all the costs. Over here are our credits. So if I'm getting a seller credit, let's say I get a seller credit for $6,000. You see this number down here, it's $42,487. As I add numbers here, that number will decrease because I'm getting credits. Let's say I put down $1,000 earnest money, and then that totals up. I need to make sure I have $35,487. I go back to page 2. I don't have enough assets. I gotta find and make sure. So I'm just gonna bump this up to 36,000. So that number is higher than or equal to that. Okay. If I'm doing a second mortgage, such as a Chenoa fund or Utah Housing, that's where I'll put that number in right here. Subordinate financing, that's your second home. Okay. Always ask the questions. Any outstanding judgments, bankruptcy in the last 7 years. We don't care about things longer than 7 years. H, very important. If you're doing a Chenoa fund or you're doing Utah Housing, this must be a yes. If you don't, you're going to have to kill the file and start over from scratch. No, U.S. citizen. Don't ever put no if they're U.S. citizen. Do you intend to occupy the property as your primary?